I had to come on here. Can we discuss the fact that the Strait of Hormuz was opened to everybody prior to Trump's attack? You know, this collaboration with Israel, that it was completely open. And then he puts out that nonsensical, insane post on Easter Sunday, you know, when Christianity's Prince of Peace rose again in fulfillment of the scriptures, being the Bible. Can we talk about how insane it is to hear a president talking the way he is talking and posting? And I've said it since 2016. He's been going downhill very slowly, and now he's off that cliff. That dementia is kicking in full throttle. And if you think it's ever going to get any better, you're wrong. Should Vance take his place? No. I don't think anybody in this regime should take his place. I don't even think Mike or any of the other MAGA should be anywhere near the Oval Office the way that they are right now. Primary them and get them the hell out. Look, America's not perfect. It's never been perfect. It's never been great. It has been on the road to greatness along with lots of other nations. But this is batshit crazy. Can we just be honest? Iran said they broke the 10 points. Donald Trump got up there and said, we agreed to all of Iran's 10 points. Okay? And then immediately Israel started bombing Lebanon. And do we not see a driving force here on Israel's part? You know, maybe we should challenge Israel to show that paperwork that God put out for the Israelites to say that they own Gaza and that they own all this land and all this other stuff. Because my teaching has been that God came down in the form of human flesh, being Jesus the Christ. The one that everybody seems to be so crazy about, especially in the evangelical churches that I know. And yet, where's the peace? Donald Trump has been one big disaster after another for America. And I love the wording of your mainstream press, whether it be far right or far left. You're still not getting the full story. And when you got to turn to Iran and hear what's coming out of Iran, and that seems more trustworthy, you know you've got a problem. Now, when I heard about this ceasefire thing, I thought, nope. Because Iran said, nope, we're not going to do a ceasefire. We're not going to do any of that. But we all know Donnie's not running the show. He's incapable. He's incapable of running it. So when I hear the likes of Christine, or what's her name, Caroline Levitt, get out there. Wasn't she supposed to be leaving her position? Can that not happen sooner? I mean, she's supposed to be the mother, the woman that MAGA all encompasses. Women aren't supposed to work. They're supposed to stay at home and be a kept woman by their husbands, right? Barefoot and pregnant. So, Caroline, why don't you just, skedaddle off to your children and take care of them? Let the real women step up and take care of things. Same thing with Erica Kirk. Go be with your kids. The only way this is good for Donnie is if he's making money hand over fist. And when they're talking about 25th Amendment, well, that's just wrong because then he can't grift off the American people. So much for that 2028 run, huh? Vance isn't going to get in either. Vance changes like Marco Rubio changes with wherever the wind is blowing that could bring them power and into, they'll change on a dime. So, you know what? Cut me a freaking break here. I don't like Iran's regime. I don't care for what their policies are with their people. But you know what? None of our freaking business. Israel wants to fight a war? Let them fight. Donnie should have sat this one out, shut his mouth. But no, he knows better than every other president. In fact, he knows history better than any historian. He knows everything better than everybody. Wow. I know a narcissist like that too. And she thinks she knows everything too. We'll see.